Blossom.
And I'm fine.
And today we are going to be reviewing
Holes
by Sachar. But before we start, how are you guys doing this weekend? As for us, we're doing
great.
Yes, we're having fun and
doing breakfast for you guys.
And as we said, we are going to be reviewing Holes by Sachar. Sachar is an author who writes for young adults. He writes about mystery and comedy. His most famous books are the Wayside School series and Holes, this book, his novel. So, Divine, what do you think is going to happen in the book Holes?
By the cover.
By the cover?
I just think that this animal
lizard.
The little lizard will be the main character, the main person. So there'll be, I think, just say boy or girl who maybe might be in a farm. Who's going to be like digging holes.
Ooh.
And then he's going to be like finding some animals, and then apparently this lizard just comes and something will happen. I don't know, because the cover is not really that much.
Yes.
So I don't really know.
You're right about there's something going to happen and they're going to dig holes. And there will be some animals who will try and kill. That's all I'm really going to say right now. But let me read you guys the blurb to have a little idea of what it is about. Stanley yelled at has bad luck, which is all because of his no good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing great-great-grandfather. When Stanley's bad luck unfairly lands him in the juvenile detention centre, Camp Green Lake, a very weird place that isn't green and doesn't have a lake, he had his campmates Zero, X-Ray, Armpit, Squid, Magnet and Zigzag are forced to dig holes in order to build character. But what are they really digging for? A hilarious and powerful story about crime, punishment and redemption, and holes. Lots and lots of holes. So that divide based on the blurb and the cover and the title. What do you think is going to happen now?
Now, there's going to be this boy called Stanley who's going to have a grandfather who was pig stealing. I don't remember the whole thing.
His great-great-grandfather.
His great-great-grandfather who was pig stealing something snobby and something else. Who was, rude. That's what I meant to say. And he was rude, and then he got them having bad luck, and now he's like in a detention center, and he's forced to dig holes, and if he doesn't dig holes, something will happen, and I think at the end of the story he will not dig holes, and he won't be in this detention center, and he won't be forced to dig holes.
Okay, wow. So that is very good. Very good chunk, as I always say, chunk of amazing books. Very good. Yes, they dig holes. Yes, the great-great-grandfather steals. This book is about a boy named Stanley Yelnats. Now, before I go on, I don't know, does any of you know what is similar to the name Stanley Yelnats?
Wait. Before you answer... Oh, wait. You should have to answer before. Sorry.
You can say it.
So, I think the thing is, there's Stanley and then Yelnats. But if you actually take a look at it, and you could actually write it down and get some paper and write it down. If you actually switch it around, it'll be Stanley Yelnats. So it's just the same word.
Yes, so basically, Stanley, Yelnats is spelled backwards. Basically, Yelnats is Stanley, just spelled backwards. If you check YELNATS STANLEY. Basically, they just switched it around, which means, wow, that's quite something. This book is about a boy, as I said, named Stanley Yelnats, who has bad luck, who always blames it on his no good, dirty, rotten, pig stealing great great grandfather. I had to memorize it. So, apparently, someone's shoes, a very famous, I think, baseball player or something, or a footballer's shoes. So, they wanted to sell it to a homeless shelter. But then it dropped on his head and he ran away with it because his parents, basically his father, was trying to recycle new shoes, so to make old shoes into new shoes. So he took it and he was running, and the police caught up to him and took him to a juvenile detention centre. He had the choice to go to jail or a juvenile detention centre. So he picked, of course, the juvenile detention centre. I don't even know why I did. Yes, for sure. Also, he goes there, he has to dig holes to find something, a big briefcase / treasure chest of money. That's why he's digging up holes. And apparently it's to build character, when actually it's just to, like, get what the warden, which is a lady, wants, like the person who's there checking them out. Well, not checking them out, but like checking them what they're doing, if they're doing it correctly and stuff. So she checks, and all she wants is the holes. They get punished for no reason. It's actually child abuse in that place. And actually, this book is quite kind of like for young adults, but because our teacher thought we were old and we would understand this book, which we actually do, she gave it to us to read. So this book is and I know I said this about Pink Cardboard, but very powerful story. It's about a boy who, yes, goes through bad luck. And yes, he had his great-great-grandfather did something wrong. But it shows how he builds character, how he knows he didn't steal those shoes, and he actually escapes from that centre and goes and doesn't really fight for his rights, but tries and perseveres. And this is when Zero comes in. Zero is one of his best friend. He helped him so much, and I feel like that was amazing. This book, wow, it's a lot, because I feel like this is one of the most of my favourite books that I've ever actually read. And this came out in 1998, but I just love how the author made it like relevant to 2021. 1998, 2021, it's like nearly a 23 years difference kind of thing. Or 22 years, but still how they made it look like it just came out. Because I thought this book came out around 2018, 2019, even 2020.
I thought this book came out 2021.
Yes, but this, oh my goodness. It just is relevant now. I just love it. Also, I loved the poems and the amazing poems they had to say in the story. And it was really, I don't know why, it made me feel kind of really, not emotional, but made me feel warm inside. I really liked those poems. And I just want to read it to you guys. So, let me just get them. Okay. This is the first one. If only the woodpecker sighs, the bark on the tree was just a little bit softer. While the wolf waits below, hungry and lonely, he cried to the moon, if only. I don't know really why I like this poem, but something about it just makes me feel happy.
I don't know why you like this poem.
Okay, so Divine, what do you think about this poem?
It's a bit weird, and I actually now feel how you're feeling.
Exactly. Do you feel like emotional
Yeah.
Like you feel this emotion, and I don't know if you guys can feel it, but this emotion like makes you want to feel like, oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first poem, and I feel like Louis Sachar is a very good poet. Like this, apparently it's supposed to be so, but I feel like it's a really good poem. That's why I really like it. Also, this is the. Oh yeah, I memorized it.
Where it was.
Oh no, I memorized the poem.
Oh.
If only the moon speaks no reply, reflecting the sun and all that's gone by. Be strong, my wary wolf, and turn around boldly. Fly high, my baby bird, my angel, my only.
Oh.
I have a problem.
This is so
I know, I don't know why I feel something.
Guys, do you feel it? Do you
feel it? Like that emotion? I do not know why. It just makes me feel so warm inside. And this is one of the aspects why I like this book so much. Because of the poems, because of how strong and emotional this is. Like, I have never read a poem like this. It is amazing, truly. I am really... Like, I'm sorry to say this. Or Jenny Kuroff. Wow. I can't believe saying this out loud. Because you know my first book review, I said that was one of the best. That was the best books I ever read. This has topped that. It has topped The Boy in the Back of the Class. I'm not... No hate here. No hate.
You said this is like your second best.
My first best. Best. Pink Heart's my second best. The Boy in the Back of the Class is my third best. Exactly. And this book is so powerful. I love it so much. Like, I wish there was a part 2, like, to this. Even though it came out in 1998, like, so many years ago. It's like, every book I review now, I want a part 2, but it came out so long ago. This book is like no other. I have never read a book like this. I've never read a poem like this. This book, oh my gosh, it is amazing. It makes me feel warm inside, kind of emotional. I just loved the last poem. It was like one of the best ones. So I just need to drink my water right now.
Okay, while you're drinking your water, so you can comment saying yes or no if you feel warm inside. But if there's no comments, you can go on Facebook or Instagram and say holes, yes or no.
Or actually, you could just like the video if you really do like the book. You could just like the video for us and see how many people do actually like this book.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think about this last poem?
Ooh, I loved it. It just made me feel warm inside, made me feel happy, emotional. I don't know.
Because the last time I read this book to her, like read the poem to her, she was just like, why do you feel emotional? But now she gets the feeling.
I get it, sister. I get it.
And she's actually a sister. Because, yeah. Anyway, also I like how this is a connection with Pink Heart Boy. Mallory Blackman, yes, the same Mallory Blackman, commented about this book. Can you see how the order went from Mallory Blackman writing her own book to Mallory Blackman commenting? So she wrote the most moving, exciting, thrilling book. I loved it. And I agree with Mallory Blackman. It is the most moving, exciting, thrilling book. It's so moving. Like, excuse me.
Can I actually tell you something? So I thought this was also the titles. I thought it Louis Sachar Holes.
Yes, so I really, it was amazing. I love how there's parts, like part 1, you're entering now into Camp Green Lake, how the story is planned out. And to be honest, let me just say something. I love first person. I do not know why, but I just love it. This is third person, but it still made me feel like I was standing on that. I still loved every aspect of it. It felt like first person, like it is even better than I can't explain this.
Because I'm telling you a few parts and I really loved the book.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing and I just love everything.
I love this. It's an amazing book.
Yeah, so Divine, what do you like about the blurb, how they did this whole kind of thing?
I really like it because, like, it says holes right
You
here.
can hold it.
It says holes, and there's, like, a hole that's, like, a bit cracked. And also, if you actually check here, it's a kind of like a hole, if you can see that. I hope you can. Yeah, thank you, Blossom.
Yeah.
So it's like a kind of like a hole, and it says holes, and also here's a hole, and it has like these cracked bits right here.
Yes. That's actually good. Also, this is a yellow spotted lizard, so if you ever see one, just be careful because it could kill you. It has black teeth, a white tongue, and bites. So this is why they put the yellow spotted lizard, because it's actually a very important part of the story, which I am not going to say about because I want you guys to read this amazing, beautiful, powerful book.
It's so
Oh
powerful.
my gosh.
And she hasn't even read it to me, but I love it.
Exactly. So, now Divine is going to ask me some questions. Over to you, Divine. Take it away.
Thank you, Blossom. First question. Who's your favourite character and why?
My favourite character is Stanley Yelnats and Zero. Stanley Yelnats because of how he keeps on trying in school, because a lot of people do call him fat in school. He's like a very fat person in school, and everyone used to make fun of him. But after he went to that juvenile detention centre, he did not say, "Oh my gosh, it was the worst thing in my whole entire life." You know what he did? He was like, "That is the best thing that, ever happened to me." That made him meet his best friend and stopped his bad luck.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes, so he's a very amazing person. So moving, so powerful. Loved it. Now Divine will ask me some questions. Over to you, Divine.
Thank you, Blossom. My first question is, how many stars would you give it?
I would give this book 5 stars, and if I could give it more, I would. The reason why is because I love the reason behind the story, how powerful it is, how amazing it is, how it's really realistic. As I said in the last video, I like more realistic books now than fantasy and stuff. So it's really realistic, and it makes me think. So I really like that. So that's why I'll give it 5 stars.
So, my second question is, who's your favourite character and why?
I actually have 2 favourite characters. My first favourite character is Stanley. Stanley Yelnats. The reason why is because he is very, very he's a person who perseveres a lot. He tries his best and tries to do everything he can. He even runs away from camp just to find his best friend. And he says that this camp really helped him. And not in oh, I should be nicer, but in different ways. It helped him in so many aspects. Like he would never have met his friend, or his bad luck would never have been lifted. And if you do want to know how his bad luck was lifted in the camp, you can read this book.
My third question is, who would you recommend it for?
Now this is actually quite a hard question this time, because this book is quite kind of around the young adult kind of preteen kind of circle. So I wouldn't really recommend it for 9 and over this time. Probably 10 to 11 and over, because of how powerful it is, how realistic it is, and it talks about jail, and I don't really think little kids 7, 8, 9, they would really want to read about jail and stuff like that. So I feel like it would be around 10 to 11 and over.
Oh.
Any more questions?
No, thank you, Blossom.
Okay, but before we go, we have actually a link down below if you do want to get this book, so you can just get it from that link on Amazon.
Or if you do want to get any of the other books that we've reviewed.
Yes. So, thank you for watching this video. Please
like, share, and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell so you always know when there's a new video.
Video.
See you next time on the
Siblings World.
Bye!